Today we are coming live with Sam Tran from Hawaii, and
From Maui.
you're on Maui. Well,
Maui, yeah.
to us mundanes, Hawaii's Hawaii. The whole thing is Hawaii. We don't know the difference between anything over there, but yeah, cool. So you're on Maui. What's
Yeah.
the difference between Maui and Hawaii for you that you've noticed?
Uh, it's just everyone's more relaxed, more
Really?
chill. Um, I guess like almost to the point where there's it's paradise. I think sometimes it might be harder for people to get motivated because it is paradise, you know.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I think for us to live in hustle bustle, like I live in Seattle, so it's always hustle bustle there, and it's tough to make a living there. But obviously, it's tough to live on the islands too. Um, it's really expensive to live here, but it is paradise. So you can't, you feel blessed living here, but just cost of living is super high, But I'm blessed, and I feel so blessed to have this opportunity to work with KONGen, um, to be able to share this with the people here, and be able to share this all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. 172 countries. That's what one thing Dan was talking about yesterday when he was on the show for his monthly visit. He was talking about, do you realize how difficult it is and what it takes for a company to be able to do business in 172 countries? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
there's probably a couple of handfuls of companies in the entire world that do business in 172 countries. And so, yeah, it's
So
pretty
true. That's
amazing.
so true. And we get a piece of that. Yeah. So, um, so what's it like back home right now in Utah? Is it snowing yet?
No, right now here in good old Utardia, we are going through a warm spell. It was freezing
Oh,
cold
nice.
last week, and this week it's been in the 50s. I actually went golfing on Sunday,
Oh, nice.
and I'm
Nice.
thinking I'm going to try and go. I might go and try and get 9 holes in today, but I don't know. I don't think I'll have
Yeah.
time. I'm heading off down to Mesquite, Nevada, which
Wow.
is about 5 hours away from here. I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon sometime and going down there for G. Edward Griffin's what he calls the Red Pill Expo. And I don't know if you saw, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
had G. Edward Griffin, the author of the book World Without Cancer. I had him on the show on Monday
Oh, you
evening,
did?
and it was
Wow, that's so cool.
it was really cool getting to meet him or to see him again, because I actually have met him. I was lucky enough to be able to be the person assigned to go pick him up at the airport and deliver him to a speech about his book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. And so I got to meet him.
Hmm.
I got to pick his brain. I got to talk to him about some things, and he's a really, really unique. Um, he's a unique dude, and like I told him, I said, you wrote this book right here, and you changed the course of my life with this book. And it looks like, I don't know if you can hear me or not, Sam, but there we go. You froze up there for a second. Oh, we lost him. He'll be back.
Uh,
There he is.
no, okay, I'm back here.
Audrey
Yeah,
came in.
Wi-Fi is kind of spotty, so I gotta stand in a spot right between this building and the bathroom over here. This is the only spot where there's Wi-Fi at the corner of this house.
Wow.
This corner.
Is this where you're
We're
staying?
at it. Yeah. We're at a YMCA camp out in was it near Hana. The road to Hana is like this really windy road um on Maui, and it's like a 2-hour windy drive, and we're so far out. And so it's really isolated, but it's super beautiful out here.
Wow. I've heard, like Tina and I, we have an opportunity to go to Hawaii next year, sometime between now and like March, I think, or May. We have to go. We've already paid for lodging, and we can go either to Hawaii or to Maui. I think. I think it was Maui. No,
Yeah.
it's Oahu. And
Oahu, yeah,
Oahu, we chose to go to Hawaii, or so far would rather go to Hawaii because apparently Oahu is what I've heard is it's really like busy, commercialized,
yeah. It's
whatever. And it's
busy
not,
because yeah, it's a big city. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely go to the Big Island. Big Island's got, there's a wet side. Hilo side is wet, and then Kona side is dry. So you can go see volcanoes. So that's my favorite island, is the Big Island.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, we're going to be staying at a Hilton. They got a big old huge resort apparently right there on the beach on one side or the other. It's something we got involved
Yeah,
with last year when we went to the Las Vegas show, the Las
yeah,
Vegas convention that Fred Brown put together.
yeah,
But yeah, so how's I know you went there for the big hoo-ha that took place over there, and
yeah.
you
So
put up a lot of pictures and a lot of videos, but maybe you could give people kind of a little bit of a rundown on what took place there and what you learned, and maybe throw out a few tidbits or something. I don't know, but
yeah, so we had Shan Stratton give his talk about the work that we're really doing and how it's impacting lives, and we always get so much good motivation going to these events, and then we also got some nuts and bolts from Cynthia Briganti about how to build your business and how to achieve the success that she's achieved, because she's the biggest. Um, uh, I think she's the highest. No, actually, she's the biggest recruiter, and probably the second or third highest earner. I think that the first, if I remember, no, she is the top earner in the company. And so when and I just feel so blessed to have her as a friend, and have her share all the information that she does with us, and it's just absolutely amazing, you know. But
yeah,
I highly recommend people come to these events, and it's Hawaii. It's tough to turn down Hawaii, So, and for people to take a week every year in the month of November, and just come and experience what life could be, because I really think we have a tool, we have an Uber here that can really deliver us to the life that we want, or health that we want, or the spirituality that we want. And so it's just absolutely amazing that just being here, like, I don't know if you guys can hear the birds in the background and palm trees and all, but it's just, we have a tool here that there are people all over the world, and there's a lot of people that are looking for a chance. And but not just this,
who's here,
but any
Sam?
country in the world, like, do it. Hey, honey.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sam. Going off to work. Hoo-doo. Hoo-doo. Like you say, I'm going to make heaven on earth. Hoo-doo. Love you.
That's right. Love you. See you.
Heaven on
That's it.
Great day, sweetheart. Love you.
Yeah. So we have a we have a and everyone just reiterate the thing, and just every time I come to this, I come to these events, especially this one, I just get so motivated about what is it that we really have, and to change someone's life. And that first person that's impacted is our life. I mean, 5-6 years ago, I should have been dead. I should have been, I was in a coma, and that could have went a different way. And so being here and creating this life and designing this life is a good thing, and just having all of this and just being here, it just blows my mind that I don't know, I get to drink water professionally.
That classic, yeah. Who do you know that drinks water? I asked a young kid at the department store the other day. I asked him who he knew who drank water, and he didn't know anybody. He's the only person I've ever said that to who actually didn't say everyone. I'm like, do you know anybody that drinks water? He's like, no. Okay, well, Have a great day, buddy.
Have a good, yeah, have a good life. Good luck trying to be on the planet. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
so awesome.
it's fundamental. You know, I wish I had wish I had more signal everywhere else because the sun was it's sunrise, you know, like 10, 15 minutes ago, so it's getting lighter and lighter. But you know, some things you just have to experience.
Yeah.
And I just hope that people come and experience all the goodness that is this event every year. And just to experience what we have, because what we have is really special, you know, because it's super simple. I mean, I can't lower the bar for someone much lower than, you know, can you drink this water for your life? And then you don't have to pay for all that stuff to all the bottling companies, you know, and then you just make a new living. But you know, some people got to learn the hard way. I mean, I learned the hard way. I'm not exempt from that. Like I went to school and went through everything, and just I played by the rules, and I was still unhappy. And so what's going on there? And so to have this is just a complete blessing, absolute complete blessing, and be here. And I really I'm going to be trying to get to different countries, because sometimes in America we're so programmed to go get a job. We're so programmed to go study hard and go get a job. But unfortunately, it's really tough to break that programming. Extremely difficult to break that programming. You know, so, then we're stuck in that grind, and you know, it's the land of the free, home of the brave. But it just seems like a lot of people just don't like what they're doing, and they just want a chance. You know, and this is what we have. It's just so simple. It's just so simple. It's environmentally sound, and that's why I'm talking to people around here too, because we live in, well, they live in paradise. I'm just visiting paradise, but why not protect that?
Yeah.
What's the reef going to be like in 20 years? What's the ocean going to be like in 20 years if everyone's consuming plastic and all the suntan lotion and, you know, all the spray chemicals for the bugs? And, you know, what's paradise going to be like in 20 years? Probably sterile.
Yeah, you know, Sam, isn't that true? Because like when Ed Griffin was on the show the other day, he was talking about 5G.
Yeah.
And there's a speaker that's coming down there to the Red Pill Expo that's going to be talking in some really amazing specifics about what 5G is. But from what little bit that Ed brought out about it on the show, he was talking about how it's literally directed right at people. It's instead of it being like directed around us, like where you're at right now, where it's just kind of around you and you're not getting that great of reception and that kind of thing. This is actually going to be this radiation directed right smack dab at every single person on earth. And he said, people are going to be getting sick in droves. They're going to be absolutely the sickness and disease and problems that we have right now. He said, when this starts up, it's going to boggle people's mind how many people are getting sick and how everything, literally sickness and disease and death, is going to start skyrocketing because of this. And, you know, we've got something that can really help our body protect itself against this onslaught that's coming down the pike. And, what do you have to say about that? What do you know about the 5G thing? Yeah,
so I mean, these technologies weren't here, you know, obviously weren't here 20. Well, they were used in the military. You know, they have these directed energy weapons where you can disperse a crowd. You can disperse a crowd by basically shining, you know, like having this thing emit an energy wave towards this crowd, and it makes the water or the moisture on your skin essentially heat up like a microwave, and it gets hot, and then people jump out of the way. They run away. So it's called a directed energy weapon or something like that. I forget what the full name is, but that's what 5G is. It's a microwave, so it's a micro, it's microwave energy. And so, but it's used to carry data, right? But it's still microwave energy. And so, yeah, we're not, this is a human engineered technology. This isn't mother engineered. If you want to get electrons or energy from Mother Nature, you gotta get some sunlight, and you gotta go barefoot on the ground, right? Or get struck by lightning, right? That's those are the ways that Mother Nature has energy and things like that. So this Mother Nature didn't come up with this. She didn't come up with Roundup. She didn't come up with 3G, 4G, 5G. She didn't come up with nuclear bombs. And so at some point, we just gotta say, what the heck why are we listening to all these talking heads, all these supposedly experts? Because they're not. They're the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
But that that risk is there. That technology is there. And I just the older I get, I just realize, Mother Nature does everything, and she does it for free. And I don't need to pay a monthly data plan for what nature provides.
Right. Sam, I'd like to ask you something along these lines, just because this is something that I'm personally concerned about, and I want to do what I can to protect myself and my family and my friends and anybody else that's wanting to protect themselves. But what I understand, what little I understand at this point about this coming onslaught, is that one of the best things that we can do to help protect our body against this is to, continually be flushing our body with hydrogen-rich water, which is KONGen water. And what I'm wondering is if you have any, like, a little bit more detailed idea or information or understanding or whatever of like, how is it that drinking KONGen water and eating ukon every day is going to help our body protect itself against this onslaught that's coming down the pike?
Well, KONGen water is electron rich water. Electrons are Mother Nature's natural antioxidants, right? So if you walk barefoot on the ground, I mean the whole planet Earth, in the core is magma, right? You have a lot of molten rock, and there's a lot of iron in there. So it's almost like a big iron ball towards the center of the planet, right? We're living on the dirt on the surface of this huge magnetic ball, and so the Earth has a negative charge, and the negative charge is electrons. And so when us being earthlings, the more electrons that you have in your body, the more that energy you have to do things like detox and repair and replace cells. So when you have access to this, it just makes life run a lot smoother. So I recommend people drinking this water because it's basically the foundation of life. It's electron rich water. Point blank, and some people will say, well, what's an electron? Well, look it up. What does an electron have to do with your body? What does an electron have to do with your health? Right? That's the Krebs cycle. So all these cells, they have to make energy, and the energy they make is those electrons. And so now we can tap into a source that is also our body. When we tap into that, we're 75% water, and so now you're drinking a water that's electron rich. That's it. There is no version 2.0. For the next 10,000 million years, it's still going to be electrons, and it's still going to be water. Point blank. That's it. You don't need commercials. You don't need a marketing budget. You don't need something you don't need to get sick first and then go find a place to to repair and heal. No, just get in with electrons and your body will do it itself. I think we have been sold a bill of goods that we need people to actually help us fix ourselves, right? Granted, emergency medicine is needed. If I hit my head or I break a leg or something, yeah, please take me to the ER. This water ain't gonna do jack for that, right? But for most of the chronic issues and the trillions of dollars that we spend in healthcare, this is what it's needed, and this is why it's working. And it's so simple too. It's so simple because it's the truth.
Yeah.
And people, people don't need, I'm glad most people don't listen to us, because that creates the opportunity. Because if we just said KONGen water and everyone bought a machine from us, there'd be no more opportunity. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, you wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, because everyone would be so saturated. It'd be like Coca-Cola. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I have a chance here to get into that market, and change my life. And so that's, and I recommend people, that's as low as I could take the bar. Can you drink water? Oh, you can't? All right, good luck. See you later.
We'll see
We
you.
need less people on the planet anyways. The planet anyways. I'll see you later. And I view, and I said this to a friend of mine one time, and he said what? He said it was pretty blunt. I said that disease is how Mother Nature takes out the weak. Right? Disease is how Mother Nature determines who is the fittest to survive. Survival of the fittest. You look at Yellowstone National Park and they reintroduce the wolves, and the health of the elk herd, or whatever, deer or whatever herd of animals there is becomes healthier because the wolves were reintroduced, right? All right. Yeah, head up to the cafeteria. Yeah. We're getting some water to the construction workers out here. So, but I might have to jump off here and go help them get that water. They're loading up their truck with the orange 5-gallon jugs. These guys are working back of that truck there.
Awesome.
These
So
guys are working out here.
You did end up taking your machine with you.
No. What the team here brought their machine, so we're just providing it for these guys because they're working hard all day, man. They're working out in 85-degree weather, like chopping trees down, doing roads and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy.
Man, that is awesome. Yeah, Sam, I sure appreciate you taking some time to come. This is the second time you've come on the Kong Family Show when you were in Hawaii, and most people would not be willing to do that, and so it's really quite special. But I want to let everybody know something about Sam, and I want to make a point about this. Sam died, and he came back. God brought him back. And the thing is Sam, I don't believe in coincidences anymore, especially after my discussion with Ralph Foyer, who died for 10 minutes on his front lawn. Yeah. And he was dead for 10 minutes. And they revived him, and he came back with no brain damage. And that's kind of crazy to hear that to me, because, your brain isn't supposed to be able to go 10 minutes without oxygen, and then you come back and you still know who you are. And that kind of thing. But he did. And he came back. And I believe that Ralph Foyer came back for the same reason that you did. And that's because your mission wasn't done yet. You had lives to change. And
that's true. That's true.
And it's not a coincidence that God brought you back, because he wanted you to come and, He wanted you to meet me. He wanted you to meet the Kong family. He wanted you to change worlds. He wanted you to change the world. And I just appreciate everything you do so much, brother. I can't tell you. I love you so much.
Well, I appreciate you too, brother. Yeah. Hey, JJ, I got to jump off and help these guys real quick, okay?
All right. Sounds good, buddy. I love you. Enjoy your vacation. Safe travels.
Okay. See you guys later.
Thanks, brother. Have a great trip. Bye for now.
You too. Bye.
So anyway, kids, yeah, that, you know, I think Sam coming on from Hawaii, it really says everything about the guy. You know, he is so amazing. And that whole thing of, you know, electrons, there's a video out there that's on YouTube, and it's actually not a video, it's an audio. And I really recommend that you guys go and look up this video and keep it bookmarked or whatever, so that you can continue to share it with people. And it was Sam Tran who shared this video, or excuse me, this audio. And it's done by a guy, his name is Jerry Tennant, Tennant, or ENT, one of the two. But the name of the video is called Healing is Voltage. And what Sam was just talking about right there with that, the electrons, the negatively charged electrons that we get from the earth and that we get from our lightning bolts in a box. You know, what did he say there? He said that you get, one of the ways you can get energy from the earth is by walking barefoot and from sunlight and from getting hit by a lightning bolt. Well, getting hit by a lightning bolt, I don't think that's going to be a very good way to get your energy. What do you guys think? You guys want to go get hit by a lightning bolt so you can get some energy to go to work today? But that's what's so cool about what we have here. We have a lightning bolt in a box. We have literally harnessed the lightning bolt, and we are hitting this water with that lightning bolt. And what it's doing is it's giving us that same energy that we get if we were to get hit by a lightning bolt, except it's not going to fry us. And, you know, I actually have an uncle who was killed by a lightning bolt. I never knew him. It happened before I was born, but he worked at Kennecott Copper Mine here in the Salt Lake Valley, and it's the biggest open pit mine in the world. But anyway, he was working there and he got hit by a lightning strike and it killed him. And he was like my mother's best friend, you know, her brother. And they were really, really good friends. And I know it was really hard on my mom losing her brother, Wendell. And, you know, they were such good friends that my mom actually named my older brother, who changed the course of my life, named him after my uncle Wendell. And, you know, my brother Wendell, he changed the course of my life back between 9th and 10th grade. And, you know, I don't believe in coincidences, you guys. There's a reason why God brought Sam Tran back to this world. There's a reason why Sam Tran brought Ricky Bowden back to this world. There's a reason why God brought Ralph Foyer back to this world. And that was simple. It was so they could continue to do their job of changing the world. And, you know, I've had some close calls in my life. And, you know, when I was 10 years old, I had appendicitis, and my appendix burst while they were trying to pull it out. They had already cut it, and they were getting ready to pull it out. And as they were pulling it out, it exploded, and a bunch of that poison got back into my body. And then to boot, they sewed me up with something called catgut stitching, which I'm allergic to. I think it's the only thing I'm allergic to. And I spent 2 weeks in the hospital for for appendicitis. I almost died. My mom, I don't really remember much of it. I do remember being in there. I remember the smell. It was really horrible smell in the room because of all the infection that I had. But I really didn't have any clue how close to dying I was. But I didn't die. And when I was born, I had to have all my blood transfused right out of the chute. As soon as I was born, I had to have a full blood transfusion. I don't even know why. But had I not had that, had they not been able to do that, I wouldn't be here. And, you know, I believe that I'm still here for a reason. And sorry, you guys. Anyway, I think we're all still here for a reason. Michelle, Jean, Yvette, Paul, Steph, we're all here for a reason. We're all on this journey for a reason. And it's because we've got work to do. So anyway, keep up the great work, you guys. Keep your heads up. You know, like Sam said, I can't set the bar any lower. Can you drink water? And can you drink water that's not poison? Do you even care about your health? You know, that's the thing. Is the simple truth of the matter, you guys, is that if people are not interested in drinking Kongen water, they really don't care about their health. I don't care how much exercising they do. I don't care how healthy they eat. It doesn't matter. They really do not care about their health. And I know that for me, I'm going to be talking to people. I'm really excited for this weekend to go down to the Red Pill Expo. And the one thing that I'm really excited to learn about is what's going on with this 5G. Because what Ed Griffin said when he was on the show the other day about how just what a wicked technology this is and how it is literally going to be, I can't remember verbatim what he said, but you know, people, disease and death and such is going to be just going rampant. And I think people need to understand just how evil the people are that are behind the scenes that are making this happen. They don't care about people. Hell, they don't even care about themselves. You know, people who won't drink Kongen water, they don't care about themselves. Much less, why the hell would they care about you or me? Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And, you know, I really hope, Michelle, that you will come on the show. I need guests. It has been a daunting task trying to get Kongen water distributors to come on here and talk about their story. Why the heck did you get involved? Who got you involved? Why'd you do it? You know, you know, we're here to change the world. But we can't change the world if we won't come on and tell our stories, if we won't actually tell people what we did and why we did it, you know. I know for a fact that, you know, I've been doing this Kong Family Show now for over a year, and I know for a fact that I've changed lots and lots of lives. I know that people have bought Kong machines because of this show. And, you know, I know that I'm changing lives. And, you know, I'll tell you what, in the beginning, I was scared. Or as I love to say, I was scared, S-C-A-R-T. But, you know, that's how you succeed, kids. You got to get over your fears. You got to move on. And you got to do the things that are difficult, you know. And so anyway, I'm going to get out of here. And that was a great blessing today to have Sam Tran in the house again. He is probably the single most amazing human being that I've ever met in my life. And I'm so grateful that God brought him back. You know, I mean, when we were in Seattle, he put up with us for a night, took us out to the mall. It was pretty classic. We went to the mall and had supper, and then we went and just started walking around the mall and randomly talking to people. And he ended up coming out of there. He said, just listen to what I say. Listen to what I'm talking about. And he ended up walking out of there that evening with 3 new leads for people that he was going to get information to about Kongen water. And these were just perfect strangers that he met at the mall. And I actually used his techniques while I was up in Seattle when we went on our little sightseeing things to the Space Needle and such. And I ended up getting 3 leads of people that I'm in the process of communicating this to as well, just from what I learned from Sam. And so maybe I might be able to get him to do a little show next month when he comes in on the first Wednesday of the month. I might be able to get him to do a show on that and kind of talk about that. It might be some sort of role-playing kind of thing. And he's already given us this kind of information, but maybe we'll direct it towards that. But, that just says everything you need to know about the guy. He's just totally selfless. He's here to help anybody. And I'm so grateful to him. Michelle, sorry to hear that you've been sick for 3 weeks. Shemini Christmas, you been drinking any 11.5? I'm telling you, if you're getting sick, you need to be drinking, be guzzling as much 11.5 as you can first thing in the morning. You need to do it again at noon, and you need to do it again just before you go to bed, and do it all at once as much as you can every night. Michelle, I got to tell you this, every night before I go to bed, I drink somewhere between 28 and 32 ounces of 11.5 water every night. The last thing I do before I go to bed, I try to time it so that I got to take a pee, and then I go guzzle down. I have a 14-ounce glass mug, and I fill that baby up. And in between, I'm filling up the 11 or the 2.5 water on the bottom, which I gargle with and brush my teeth with before I go to bed. And then I drink a little bit of 9.5, 30 seconds or so after that to wash that acid out of my mouth so it doesn't eat off the enamel off my teeth. But I drink usually about 32 ounces, which is 2 of those glass mugs, plus another little bit, another 4 ounces or so, to wash the acid away. And I do that every single night, and I cannot tell you how much it has helped. It has helped my sleep. So I sleep just so incredibly sound from doing that. But if you're sick, honey, you need to be drinking. If you feel sick coming on, you need to guzzle down as much 11.5 as you can. First thing in the morning, at noon, and then again before you go to bed. And then in between all day long, you need to be drinking as much 9.5 as you can in between each of those 3 shots of 11.5. You need to be drinking 9.5 as much as you can. Every time you pee, you go guzzle down as much as you can drink. Every time you pee again, you go guzzle down as much as you can drink. And you just keep rolling with that. And it'll help your body knock the piss out of whatever it is that's getting to you. And so, no, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you that because that's what I would do. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but, and whatever. For everybody out there, no, that's not medical advice. No, I'm not giving you any kind of medical advice. I'm not a freaking doctor, but what I would do, that's what it is. I would do that. And in fact, I do it. I've been drinking 11.5 since the very beginning, and I believe that it is a huge thing. Yeah, that's a bunch of nonsense, Michelle. I don't know why they say that. I learned this from Dr. Michael. He says in his video that he does explaining the water and the process of how it's made, he says when you're really sick, if you're sick, you really need 11.5. And even Bill Powers said when he was sick with cancer, stage 4 cancer, he said if he had it to do all over again, he would have just drank 11.5 all the time. And my buddy Dennis Dickey that has the horrendous sores on his leg, he just drinks 11.5. He doesn't even drink 9.5. He uses 9.5 for his coffee. That's it. And you can ask Stephanie about that. She goes and gives him water every day or every other day. And he uses the 2.5 to soak his leg and spray on his leg. And then he guzzles up a storm. He drinks over a gallon a day of 11.5. And so yeah, do that. And, please come on the show when you get feeling better. Please let me know when you can come on. All next week, except for Friday, is open. I need guests. If I can't find guests, then I got to get on here and I got to find something of value to give you guys. So I much prefer having guests versus having to look at myself and hear myself talk and that kind of thing. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to say thanks for being here, and I love you. And, we are the Kong family. We're here to change the world. We're doing it one glass of hydrogen-rich, oxygen-saturated, incredibly hydrating KONGen 9.5, one lightning bolt in a box, one amazing guest, one informative show, and one blessed family at a time. You guys, get out there, change the world, starting with your own. And of course, as usual, do not forget your hugs, kids. Do not forget your hugs. Hooty-hoo! All right. Love you guys. Make it a great day. Bye for now.